Honourable Chairperson.
Yes, continue.
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Honourable Chairperson, for some reason, I looked forward to the Honourable Minister Zulu's statement today. Firstly, because I hope the Minister would take the opportunity to ensure that all the challenges with the payment of the special COVID-19 social relief of distress grant were sorted without any court intervention. Having listened to the Minister so far, I am sadly disappointed yet again. I am disappointed because the South Africans have been understanding and patient in the face of ferocious hunger and starvation. I'm disappointed because at every meeting, the Portfolio Committee expressed itself clearly and categorically to the Honourable Minister and her department that they should ensure that the systems works and that millions of people actually receive the money to buy food. I am also disappointed because when the announcement of the special grant was made on the 21st of April, millions of people had their hopes high that they would at least get 350 Rand. For many of them, those hopes have yet to be fulfilled over 3 months later. I am still receiving complaints and queries every day from desperate people who have not been paid their grant due to, at times, the post office not having sufficient money to pay them. I received complaints this morning, even, Honourable Chairperson, from the Western Cape, from Mpumalanga, from the Eastern Cape, and other places. Honourable Chair, this morning, just to give you an example, I received a frantic call from a lady in Mitchell's Plain Post Office saying that they have been there since the crack of dawn this morning to collect this SRD grant, only to be told that SASSA had not sent the money to the post office for these people to be paid. I'm just painting a picture that 3 months later, the system has not stabilized and that the partnership between SASSA and the post office still has challenges. The poor and the vulnerable are on the receiving end of these challenges. Honourable Chairperson, when you receive calls, emails, and WhatsApp messages asking you if you know what it's like to go hungry yourself while you have to face your starving children, asking you if tomorrow there will be something to eat, knowing that I don't have an answer to these questions, and being incredibly grateful that I have yet to be in such circumstances, it leaves me with a deep sense of concern. Messages from people who wake up every single day hoping for a promised outcome that might never come if we have to wait for this department to implement solutions. These messages my colleagues and I are receiving are a drop in the ocean. Countless people don't even have the means of contacting us. Honourable Chair, the challenge of absorbing government-trained social workers into government and the sector has still not been resolved. We are aware of the 1,800 social workers being brought in on a temporary basis. The social ills are not temporary in this country. They were rife before the COVID-19 pandemic, and they will be even worse after it. The impact of the pandemic on especially already poor and vulnerable is immense. It is therefore unthinkable that the service will only be for such a short space of time. We are, as a country, experiencing some of the highest levels of gender-based violence and femicide, and every effort, beyond plans but action, must be made to fight this scourge. The Honourable Minister's statement does not offer concrete plans in this regard. It is clear to me, Honourable Chairperson, in South Africa, we do not have a resource problem. We have an incapable state problem, a state with no capacity, a state that has no respect for constitutional rights, and a state that is clearly removed from the lived experience of its people. The Honourable Minister's executive statement today is yet another installment in a series of excuses from a minister who has done nothing really to alleviate the scourge of hunger that has gripped millions of people. Why is it, Honourable Minister Zulu, that the lives and livelihoods of the poor and vulnerable are not important to you? Why is it, Honourable Chairperson, that we have to sit here and listen to a statement about why things have still not happened when they should have been addressed a long time ago? Honourable Chairperson, the department's own update says that of the 14 million people who are food insecure, the department, in partnership with various organizations as well as other ordinary citizens, has been able to feed more than 5 million people. A question has to be asked of the department and the Honourable Minister. What has happened to the 9 million people who have not been fed, that have not received the SRD grant, and have lost their jobs? The statistics are painting a grim picture for the poor people in South Africa. For example, predicted levels of poverty will have almost doubled after the COVID-19 lockdown has been lifted. This prediction calls for planning by the Department of Social Development. It should be at the forefront of looking after the poor and vulnerable. I doubt that this department has that plan. The Democratic Alliance has used all avenues available to it to exercise oversight on the department. We called for SASSA offices to be prioritized for PPE and open to provide the services many people needed when the special grant was announced. We called for the Honourable Minister to hold to account all those within the department and its agencies for delays in payment of the special grant and the long queues at payment dates. All our reasonable and caring calls fell on deaf ears. Honourable Chairperson, in the absence of a clear plan of action, and given the Minister and her department's recent abysmal track record, the Democratic Alliance will put it to the Honourable Minister that she should offer an unconditional apology to the millions of South Africans who have been victims of her lack of leadership, of her being removed from the lived reality of the people she has the privilege of serving. After the apology, the Honourable Minister must do the honourable thing and vacate her position as the Minister of Social Development. Thank you so much, Honourable Chairperson.
Thank you, Honourable.